Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this, the new and improved O Show. Wait, I said the quiet part out loud. Sorry. Welcome to the Gareth Wood Show. Sorry, I did it again.
Keen to see Carl's face next week, right?
So, like I said, welcome back to the new improved O Show. I am usurper Gareth Woods, taking over from Congo Carl, who is on vacation in PE.
Yeah,
is it really a vacation?
A little Grahamstown, George.
Oh, some Grahamstown as well. Okay, threw in a bit of Grahamstown to mix it up. And to trade Carl, who went to PE, we've brought Mr. Clarence Musson. Also, Eagle, what's your...
Yeah, Eagle.
Eagle from Easy Studios. So Clarence, for those of you who don't know, runs a YouTube channel called Easy Studios, who originally started doing kind of Dota content and like top plays and fail videos, but it's kind of like found its voice, as they kind of say in the business. I don't know if they actually say that. I say that. And in doing kind of CS videos,
At the moment,
a mix of like top players, but also mostly like funny stuff.
Like funny and lucky stuff.
Yeah, getting wrecked.
How did you...
Either getting wrecked or wrecking other noobs.
Yeah.
Nice. So how did you kind of fall into the CSGO sort of video making thing?
Well, we started with like I said, we started with Dota. So like I said earlier, we had a channel long before Easy Studios where we made like Dota 1 videos, and that was all like top plays, like all the like cool stuff that we did in our games. And then we switched over to Dota 2 when that was after the International 2010.
Like everyone did.
And then
that.
everyone did.
That prize money? Wow.
Yeah.
I want to
like,
play that game.
Yeah, that's when people were trying to get a key. And I think I was like the last guy in my like group of friends to get a key. I think Richard Schoberg.
He gave me my key as well.
He eventually like lent me a key.
master.
And then eventually I got a key. There was like some bug or something on Play Dota, because that's where the keys are going. And like one day, 300,000 keys or something were just like leaked to everyone.
Oh, wow.
So I finally got my keys. Yes!
And then went straight to CSGO?
Yeah. So, well, we started with Dota because we love Dota, and then we ended the DGL and stuff, trying to get into like First Division and Premier. That was everyone's dream.
Yeah.
Time to get into Prem, boys.
To win laptops.
Yeah. So, I started the channel as a Dota top plays comedy channel, and then
and for the purpose of, I mean, you're on 4,000 subs now.
no, well, at that point it wasn't 4,000 subs.
Yeah,
At
no,
that
obviously,
point,
but was that the dream? Was to just like...
No, it wasn't actually. I made the channel for fun. I made it just for my friends at the time, because we were playing DGL
Or
games.
to prove to people you had friends, or to prove to people...
Well, that too. I made the channel basically for them.
Yeah.
And so we started with Dota, or I started with Dota. And then we stopped when we weren't really getting anywhere in the DGL, and we played a lot of Dota before Counter-Strike on Twilight.
Dota 1 days.
Scant and was Mac and Slayer. Yeah. So basically we just like burnt out on the game because we've been playing it then since 2010, and that was I think 2014 is when. Yes. So we've been playing it for about 4 years. Okay. And at that point, like I'd sort of burnt out with Dota, so I thought.
But there's so many new heroes now. How can you?
Yeah, well, if you've seen one hero, seen them all. It's usually up in the beginning, and then game is like no ever. And actually, the real reason we stopped Dota is because we were sort of trying so hard to make it into Premier, or not Premier, into First Division, and then obviously into Premier. But our captain at the time forgot to hand in our stats.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to hand in your stats
after every game
to move up to the next sort of step in the divisions. He forgot to do that, and we were like bunted right back down to second division.
So former captain.
Yeah, so all of that hard work was just like down the drain. We were over it, like, fuck this guy.
I'm going to CSGO, screw this.
So one day we were just sitting in the channel. We were all dejected because when I was still stuck in second division, then our captain at the time was Wayland or Zodiac, and he would just ask us. His team was actually having a sale.
On CSGO.
CSGO was on special, so Wayland was just like, you guys want to play CSGO? All of us just like, yeah.
Oh, that's what I ended up buying it. I bought it because it was $70.
$50, I think, special at the time.
Yep.
Yeah, it was like $50
Yeah, $4.50. So
damn it, now I feel ripped off. I just paid $70 for it. Should have waited.
I only played CS during the 1.6 days. And that wasn't even like competitively, or like I wasn't like super try hard at that time. I just played it for fun. I used to play it like when I was still studying. We used to play it in the hostels because we had that whole network thing. I was a sandwich at the time.
Yeah, CS was always like the game at school or uni that guys would like hack into this computer lab and CS.
Make sure the teacher doesn't see you.
Yeah. Well, now I'm feeling old because for us at the computer labs at school, it was Quake 2. See, another interesting snippet is Clarence and I actually went to the same high school.
True, that was the
you were 1 year ahead of me, I think.
Yeah. It was 1 year.
I was in 2002.
Yeah, so 1 year.
Okay, cool.
So for me as a spectator, you would probably swap the ages around.
Oh, really? Okay, it's the beard, man. Everyone thinks I'm older because of the beard. But
it is the beard.
Yeah, so we used to play Quake 2 in the computer labs, or try and convince Afrikaans teachers that we needed to go I don't know, write Afrikaans essays in the computer labs and then Quake 2, but all in this in like a Windows, like the little tiny little thing in the corner.
Yeah. Make sure you can just Alt tab a Windows key, then Mr. Skuman won't see you playing Quake.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, hopefully he doesn't see this video.
Yeah. And so CSGO thing, obviously then you... how do you go about kind of making your videos? I mean, where do you start? Because, I mean, the one thing is obviously editing, that takes a lot of time, but finding content...
well, we play quite a lot of CSGO.
Yeah, I can imagine. But I mean, do you have people send you clips? Do you do it yourself?
No, there's the reason I don't do that is because when I first made my Dota channel, the first Dota channel from Dota 1, we decided we're not getting enough clips. So we thought, okay, we're going to send out this email or this message on the Dota forums at that time for the SA guys. Like, yeah, send in your clips, guys. We've got this channel. We're going to make like cool Dota plays, like send in your stuff. And one day I got like 100 emails of just clips. And I was just like, yes, perfect, I got my clips. And you watch the stuff and it's just a sea of trash.
Oh yeah.
And like this guy is like a guy will be like, he gets like a 5-man, but like it wasn't even like him. He was a Venom man, so he walked in there and he sprayed by accident and like the 5 guys died like later. I was like, yes, Rampage, send it in. It's like, no man. That's not what you're trying to see. Or someone will get like a lucky power shot through a tree, like while he was farming, and he'll kill a Ricky. And it's skill shot.
And even that's not as bad. Like I with my trenches video, I'm getting clips guys are sending where it's just like guys are doing their job. It'll be like, I'm a word, check this Enigma, I got a 5-man black hole, didn't kill anyone, none of my teammates helped, I basically got a 5-man black hole and then they survived and killed me. It's just like, that's not particularly good.
That belongs in like top 10 fails.
Yeah.
No, you do that and you open yourself up to a lot of sort of criticism from those guys because...
Why didn't you use my clip? Why didn't you use my clip?
I send you make your video and like it's in the comment section like, yeah, man, cool video, but why didn't you use my stuff? And it's like, it's difficult to tell them like... Your clip was a piece of crap.
Yeah.
I can't use it. Like
200 other guys who did a little bit better.
And you try and be sort of friendly with them. You tell them, no, look here, dude, like the clip was like, it was cool and all, but it just wasn't, it didn't meet the standard. And like they can either take it well, they'll be like, okay, thumbs up, I understand. Or they could just be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, fuck this shit, I'm going to...
Yeah, and the risk is that like you want to give them feedback to go, thanks for supporting, thanks for getting that stuff. Yeah. If you have a better one, I'm more than willing to take it. Yeah. But like this one wasn't good enough. Like...
So... That's why.
Or it's like send me 10. I'll pick one that's like the least bad. Put it in just to go.
Pick my clip at the expense of your video. Please.
Yeah, 100%.
Like people, everyone just wants to be on YouTube. They think like, no man, you you don't know anyone anything.
Oh come on, dude! Do you know how many pros got discovered because their clips were on someone else's fail?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
come on, this is my chance.
Because that's how they do. The scouts, all the scouts, they sit there on those fail videos looking for folks like that oak, the guy who failed the black hole. That's who we need for Alliance.
That's like international level stuff, man. I mean, screw Suhail, the guy with that thing around his neck. So that's why I don't take clips from other people.
So all those plays were games that you've either spectated or been in?
Yeah, well, 90% of them. Some of them, some of my buddies, they also have, because we use shadow play.
Oh, yeah.
So any of my guys in like my friends lists, they know what kind of stuff I upload, like the content I put up.
Okay.
So if they see something cool that happened or something cool happened in their game or something funny, then they'll send me the...
Oh, nice. So that's almost like a filter. So the guys are sending you clips, but you trust them because they know
I can trust them because I know they're not like...
They've been there before.
Yeah, they're not stupid. They know exactly, this is what I need. And if I don't want it, they can understand. They're not going to like, screw you.
Yeah, exactly. We're not friends anymore.
So I can trust them. I don't know, maybe in the future, because I don't do top 10 stuff for like highlighted plays, like stuff that Sparkles makes, like top 10 plays of the week.
It's more like humor.
It's more humor. So humor's a bit easier to get because, I mean...
because you can find the humor out of a situation where it's like... I mean, I know personally for a couple of clips, like the clip itself wasn't that funny. Like, I remember one where a Pudge and a Omni Knight ran around killing the same Skywrath like 7 times. That's not that funny.
That was your latest clip, wasn't it?
No, it was one of my first ones where, but then I made it like a KFC joke.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, Pudge, who's obviously a fat dude, Omni...
Colonel Sanders.
Yeah, looks like Colonel Sanders. Let's make them run around like making KFC because Skywrath looks like a chicken. But the thing is, you make the humor because you're like, I need to make this funny because it's not actually that funny. If you just show like a Skywrath getting nuked 5 times, you're like, whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, that's like the beauty of editing. You can make something that's sort of like mildly funny and like you can edit it to make it funnier.
Plus, you just throw a couple of memes on.
Yeah.
Memes, dank GIFs, that's all you need, and then it's funnier.
Scream like,
yeah, exactly. MLG screams. Exactly. Yeah. Are you recording this? Are you recording this? So that's awesome, man. So then you say you play a lot of CSGO. Have you got good?
I'll be honest. Me as a spec and quite a judgmental guy, obviously playing myself. You've definitely improved a lot.
Yeah, well, I'm not silver anymore.
Yeah,
so
nice.
The gameplay's gotten pretty good.
Yeah. So I think I've racked up about, well, how much have I got now? I think I've got, it says 1,000, but most of that is idling. There's that site you can check, I think it's the CSGO stats or something.
Okay, like how much you've actually
how much you've actually played.
I imagine that's like Dota buff,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've actually played about 450 hours or like 500 hours now. So it's half of what I've actually played on my...
That seems like nothing compared to Dota, but that's because obviously games are fucking long compared to CSGO games.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I've.
But I mean, you say you're in a team. Is that like a competitive team or?
No. We like completely out of competitive scene. We're never gonna play competitive ever again.
Okay. But you play like DGL or any of those sort of things,
no.
ESCA.
I only spectate now.
I saw a video where you tried ESCA out and got matched against BVD in the first game.
Classic.
We joined ESCA because it was advertised on the. CSGO, CSGO South Africa page, and they were always like, play hackers free, you get this crap, and you can like post this stuff in the forum, and you get like these cool stats and stuff, and we were all like, this sounds good.
Interesting, yeah.
This is interesting. It was only $7 isn't that much, so we thought, okay, we'll try it for like 1 month, because there were no trial periods or anything, so we thought, now we'll just like pay $7 and see what, or $7 and see what it's like. And what you saw there was literally the first game we played, and we were like just chilling. And then we looked at the score screen, and we just saw goals, Rachno, and Elusive, and we were just like, well,
this is what we paid for.
Yeah, that's what we paid for. Get wrecked.
Yeah, and we thought, it's cool. I mean, we're not solvers anymore. We're like MGs now. We know how to play this game. Nope. We were so lucky to get that.
You got a round of them.
Round, yeah. We only got that round is because they were messing around. They were like pushing through mud and stuff. That round we actually waited for them. I think there were 5 of us waiting at long doors or something. And I think Goals and Rachno decided to come like charging through with their pistols or whatever. They were using P90s or something. And we just like ventilated them without any pause. Like ran through long, got into the side. Well, I ran through short. And then like...
At least one.
Yeah.
And then I think I saw Elusive and I got
that's the thing you print out and you put on the like on your memory board or whatever sort of thing. Like tell the kids about it. Next to the degrees.
We beat BVD. One round.
For that round, we were unstoppable.
So I mean that whole game we were just getting owned. Like I think it was either Elusive was killing us by himself or Goals was killing us by himself. Like none of us could kill any of those guys. I mean it was so hard. I mean the only way to kill them is if like Goals was looking the other way shooting someone. So.
Well, at least dedicate one of your guys to DDoSing them, and then the other 4 or 5.
So though we played it, we realized it wasn't just that game though. A lot of the other guys on ESCA were not easy at all.
Have you won a game on ESCA?
Yeah, we've won, but only because we play as like 2 and we get carried by 3 other guys who are like Prem or First Division.
Do you understand? It's either you waiting really long for a game or you find a game.
You find a game.
Stacked.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we don't stack anymore because we will get flattened.
Yeah.
So
it's unfair. Well, it's unfortunate. You can't stack with your mates if you if you rate yourself medium to high.
Okay.
You're gonna get put up against a team.
Does it match stack to stack? So if you're a 5 stack, you'll go against a 5 stack. Okay.
So
it's generally better that you and a mate join and hope that there's a 3 stack.
I hope you get like a 3 stack of like Masters players.
Exactly. So you end up going with 5.
Yeah,
and
those are
like a full carbon. Or
Oh wow.
That's the only, I think the last stack we got was a carbon stack and we won. So, I mean, my score wasn't even like in the double digits. I think I had 4 kills or something. So but we joined ESA because we thought like it's gonna be cool like when the ranks sort of settle down and stuff. But I mean it's taken such a long time now that like we're still playing against Masters. So I don't know if we're gonna. I don't mean to be rude or anything or like.
No,
the ESA is cool, but I mean like I can't play $7 and just get like wrecked every time.
Yeah. It's hard for your motivation. Yeah.
A lot more sort of body. I mean we play the game purely for fun.
I think you just need a
bigger player base.
A huge player pool.
I mean we're not like the States or EU where there's a massive player pool.
Well, it's okay. How do you address that? For me, the 2 ways really are like you either make the internet comparable that you could play in other regions without noticeable like ping issues, or you've got to obviously increase the player base.
Yeah.
And for me, it almost seems like the easier way is the internet thing.
Yeah.
If you just get better internet, then you can play any region. And it doesn't really matter because your ping differential will be so much smaller.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like the community is just like it's just too small.
You need to be able to get like getting like North African countries involved.
Yeah, and you can like Botswana and
exactly. Not try and grow South Africa, but if you grow Africa to kind of go like the more players in Africa.
Exactly.
I mean, we'll often complain about how small things are in South Africa. Heck, you could be in Malawi and be in the top. You could be the 6th best player in Malawi, and you wouldn't be in the team because the other 5 are the only team.
I mean, you look at, I think it was last year, that World Cup. It was that EFRAG World Cup.
Oh, yes.
We had a bunch of African teams, obviously, besides SA, competing. And I think the top team on the continent was Tunisia.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
They were absolute beasts. Yeah. Like, really good. Like, I would like seeing that team play against one of our top sides and see how it relates.
Yeah, how does it relate?
I feel they're very close to Europe.
So they get to play on their servers.
So on their
60
servers.
to 80 ping, I would expect.
Yeah.
So they have access to playing against the top teams, but we don't.
And so, they're just getting better by playing, by getting wrecked all the time. You see, that's why you paid your $7.
Well, that's what happened with Brazil, because they just play against the NA teams.
Okay.
So that's why LG and who's the other team? Tempo Storm. There's a couple of other guys. I mean, those guys all play against the inner players on their servers. Yeah. So that's why they were able to sort of improve their game. Yeah. I mean, Brazil is almost in the same boat as we are in terms of
it's a third world country, but it's got enough of a differential in terms of guys who are used to first world kind of needs and wants and all that sort of stuff, but are stuck kind of with the infrastructure of a third world country. Yeah.
So they were actually lucky in that regard.
It almost feels like you need a developing nations World Cup, just the have-nots.
Yeah, I mean, for PC gaming or computer gaming or gaming in general, it would make sense. I think it was that infographic we put up the other day, where like the US, Europe, and Asia were plus $250 million, investment into esports. That was like what the market was making, and I think the rest of the world was sitting at 19 million.
Oh, like the rest of the planet.
Literally,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you're talking like Australia.
All of Africa.
Most like the whole of
Middle
South
East.
America, Middle East. Yeah, it's pretty
that
crazy.
Sucks. Oh my gosh.
So it's like what a fifth of the rest of the world.
Yeah.
But difficult.
But a lot of people, and I'd like to think of myself as one of them, see the opportunity in that is that you go, that those sort of areas are saturating so much that those companies go, okay, where's the growth coming from? And maybe it's because, in the past I worked for big international companies that sold margarine and soap and all that sort of stuff. And they go, cool, we can't sell any more soap in America. Every person washes their hands. Where are people not washing their hands? Exactly. And they look to Africa and they look to those dirty Kiwis. And, they go... You know what I mean? And they go, cool, that's where we're going to sell soap. And so there's opportunity for that. So in that sense, like, for me, the esports thing is bound to blow up here.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you guys are doing the right thing. A much better job than you shall not be named.
But the whole thing is like, and we've said it before, is the esports thing is bigger than just going, cool, what we need is players, sponsors, and people watching. There's a whole community around it, and I think that's what's great that we can have someone like yourself on the show. Is go, part of it is the content production. It's the fact that going like, I mean, yourself is a kind of, I imagine, a one-man band, or you said there were two of you at one stage working.
There were two of us. Well, Wyland is coming back soon. He was the other part of Easy Studios.
But exactly. It's your two-man band. You look at the guys like Dodo, what the fuck? They were three, I think, about five of them now. But it's just like, but it's a case of going, they've got 1.8 million subs. I think they do 1 million views a week on an episode. So now they're making money. It's a case of they can afford to, hire people, all that. And they are part of the esports scene in a way. They put an episode, it does 200,000 views the first day, 1 million by the end of the week.
Because that's a nice thing about channels like that. When I first made the channel, I made it with the incentive in mind to show people that it's not just about like the esports is just like a try-hard game. It's all about like owning the opposite team. It's all about like great players, the international big tournaments and stuff. You have to think about the people who actually play the games themselves. I mean, you've got the community playing the games, and
the filthy casuals.
Yeah. No, but that's where the growth comes from. Because I was chatting to someone else about like, how do you make this esports thing viable? You've got to have the guys at the top, because they're the guys who inspire everyone else to like try to make this a career and get a salary and all this stuff. But you've got to have, if they're the 1%, you've got to have the other 99 at least feel like they're part of it. And that's where I think things like the DGL were the first step in the right direction, where you go like, cool, you're not a Prem level player, you're not in the top 8 teams, but maybe in the top 40 teams. Then you get to play against guys your level, and maybe there's no prize money, maybe the prize is just making it to first div, whatever, that's big enough for a prize. But you get to play, you can say, I'm in a CSGO team, and I play once a week or twice a week against guys at the same level, and we came to the top of the league and we moved up. That's good enough. That's the same reason people play soccer every Sunday with their Sunday leagues and or cricket or hockey or whatever. They're not getting paid, but they enjoy the sport and they're part of the growth of the sport.
You're exactly. Fun playing the game. I mean,
feel far more part of it than just
100%.
And watching it.
And so you almost want to say, like, if there were a way for them to have more chances to compete with people at their level, because I know that there are lots of competitions coming up now, but there aren't so many that the Prem teams are saying no to them. If you know what I mean, like if you look at the international kind of level, at least speaking from a Dota point of view, you'll have big tournaments like $150,000 kind of tournaments where big teams will go, no, we've got something else on, or we're taking a rest that week, whatever. And they're going no to a tournament that big because there are other bigger tournaments, or they think that a rest week before the international is more important, whatever. Here, like the Prem teams enter everything. Everything with a prize pool, the Prem teams will enter because they'll go like, okay, cool. Monday night we've got CSGO lounge game, and then we've got to join, like if Dota, it's like join Dota League. We've got DGL the one night, then we've got this, that, the next thing. They'll play 5 nights a week for 5 potential different prize pools.
Whereas when it gets to the point where now they're in essence be out picking the big tournaments.
Exactly,
the lower teams.
And the second div teams or the first div teams are being able to play those tournaments. Everyone kind of slides up a level.
I mean, you look at how Ian recently went over to Denmark for that Copenhagen game. So they were in essence playing in a tier 2, tier 3 tournament with a big, massive prize pool. But now you have these smaller teams, your Copenhagen Wolves, and these smaller sort of tier 2 teams that do feature on the lounge every now and then. And they do end up making it to majors every now and then. They sneak in, but they got to play against those teams who are getting those opportunities to play in smaller comps. Not featuring against the top guys, your Cloud9s, and getting savaged in the groups, not really getting a chance at any pay. So over there, you have tier 2, tier 3 teams that are making salaries. They're actually taking home enough money to live on and practice and actually maybe get to that level. Whereas your casuals.
And my hope is, talking about the kind of stuff you do, is that, as we were already talking about that, was it ESPN who launched, or in Sky Sports that launched their first 24-hour esports channel? I think it was Sky.
I think so.
So it's a case of going, you're already having people going, we're hungry for esports content. And the quick answers go, okay, just live stream esports games. Whatever's going on, live stream it. Put the best game, the most popular games, the Dotas and LoLs and CSGOs, and then afterwards put the second tier games, but you have just the games. But I'm telling you what will happen is, like with any other sport, it's like, cool, so say it's rugby or cricket, like, I mean, soccer, for example. There's a dedicated soccer channel in South Africa on SuperSport. They just play soccer. But with that, they've got interview programs with players. They've got those panel kind of host interviews things. They've got plays of the week, all that sort of stuff. What will come to is that just this hunger for content. And the content will be the kind of stuff you're doing as well. It's not going to only be, oh, hey, let's stream this live game and have the panel afterwards. They go, and here's Easy Studios, the Clown Squad's goofing off sort of thing.
And you look at sort of the lighter side of gaming or sports.
Yeah, because people consume all of it. Like, if you're obsessed with CSGO, like, to anyone who didn't know about Easy Studios, if you're obsessed with CSGO, check it out, because you guys make funny CSGO content. And myself watching it, I don't know half the memes and all that sort of stuff, but like, it's still funny stuff half the time watching it. I totally understand what's going on. Half the time I don't, but like you quickly know your meme.
It's one I've battled not to laugh at that you put out. They're very good, especially your first one. I think it was your story of a silver scrub. It was like you're literally your first.
I think
trying to level up.
The first one that I posted on SA CSGO that got a lot of likes.
It exploded. That was hilarious. Like, it was sort of going from your beginning to I think you finally made it into MG. You got
I made it into Gold over 1.
Yes.
I was in silver for 6 months. Oh my god. Everyone else in my friends group finally ranked up. I was like the only one who was still quite bad at the game. And eventually I was so happy when I saw that gold star. So I thought, I'm going to make a video about this.
But it was well done, because you could really, in the gameplay, even though it was funny, you could see the progression, which was cool. Like, you could actually see your gameplay changing and improving.
In terms of getting stuff, like getting good hits and sharing, I mean, we spoke off camera about the power of Reddit and how, if you can nail Reddit, you can just blow up. Other tips maybe for other YouTubers in terms of who you share stuff with, or kind of tag people, or how do you get noticed? Because I think the problem for most YouTubers, and I mean, I speak from experience, when you start and you've got 1 subscriber because you managed to get your mate to subscribe to you, or your mom or whatever, how do you grow? How do you get that first 100 subs?
No, well, that's the thing. You've got your community, like the Facebook page, and you've got your friends as well.
You're talking like if your CSGO channel, your CSGO page.
Whatever you're doing, whether it just be like general gaming, like stuff that PewDiePie and Markiplier, those guys do. I mean, even, let's not talk about him yet. Like all of those guys, that is all through their friends and sort of through gaming forums and stuff, like their own sort of local...
Like social networks
that they share the stuff through. And I mean, you just have to make I'm not an expert on this, but I found that all you have to do is you just have to make the videos. All right. I mean, they might not be that great in the beginning, but I mean, that's how you get criticism sometimes on your videos as well. Depends on how you take it. All you have to do is make videos. You just like share it on Facebook or with your friends. You tell your friends to share it, or you try Reddit, like I did.
And your tips for cutting through the spam though, because like I mean, a lot of people try to do this YouTube thing, and I mean, you just have to go on some of the more popular Facebook pages like ZA Gaming Forum or NAG Online, and it's just people spam going, "Hey guys, this is my latest video. Please like, share, subscribe." You know what I mean? Like, how do you cut through that?
There's no real way to cut through it other than to just make like a good video. And if you know you've made a good video, people will watch it.
Will come.
I mean, look what happened with that silver video that I made that Luca was talking about. I mean, I never imagined that video would get that many. The reason I got that many likes is because Courtney from CSGO Lounge, he saw it and he shared it on CSGO Lounge.
Okay.
If you make the stuff and people like it, if the second your videos or whatever you make, if it gets like 3 or 4 likes, people are going to see those likes.
Yeah.
And they're going to wonder, okay, why do people like this? And then they look at the video, and then like if people are going to like comment like, "Oh, that was great too, that was funny," and then other people, Courtney saw, because it was like sort of upvoted, it was now sort of near the top of the page, and he obviously saw it. And he decided, this is funny, I'm going to share this on CSGO Lounge. Yeah. And that's where it actually blew up. It wasn't just on the CSGO.
Okay.
So if you made the stuff and you know it's, well, if you hope that it's good and you know it's good, I mean, it will pick up. That's what I found.
Yeah, I mean, that'll happen. I mean, you'll get a lucky page that likes and they share.
You just have to keep,
Similar thing happened with Fadi's frag highlight the other day. Put it on Facebook. It's on like 90,000 reach, like 90,000 views.
Someone
they liked it.
Someone will inevitably know.
Yeah, I watched the video recently where it talks about you got to keep this mindset of 1 is greater than 0. Yeah. If you get a video that gets 1 view, you don't know who that view is. Yeah. Because that might be, like you say, it's someone of influence, or it's someone who, you know, has the power to share it on like a page, like Courtney did, for example, that it will get. It's almost like their stamp of approval is worth like 1,000 views alone. You know what I mean? So how often do you put out videos now?
About twice a month.
Okay.
I try 2 to 3 times a month. It takes a while to make those videos, so I really wish I could put out like every week, but I mean, I still have to get content, and I can't play like hours of CS a week.
Just in the hope
just to get content. I had like a buffer of like funny and lucky clips
that you eat up,
but like it eventually just like disappears, and you've got like nothing. You're sitting like
especially since you say you're not accepting from random.
That's why I said I might if I run into a problem, but at the moment I'm happy keeping it at the pace it is.
Are you not big enough now that you could kind of approach from an international level, like that you could put a post on Reddit saying that, you know, Easy Studios looking for clips, submit,
I don't know,
match and timestamp. I'm
scared to do that because the world is a big place.
Yeah, the world's a big place.
Everyone is going to want to have their clips submitted, so I'm just...
You'll have an inbox the size of like a...
Yeah, fair enough.
So...
Unless you message you're looking for something particular. Do a compilation on just, aces, for example. And you just ask guys to send aces and that sort of stuff. Did I use the right term there? That's where one person kills the guy with the ace on his head.
Even that is like, even that is like, it's dangerous to do that because you'll get the guys who think they're God's gift to CS. And it really isn't like the best ace. I mean, you get good aces and you get bad aces. I mean... Like bad aces, like some guy will be like hiding around a corner on
he's just,
and like
he's just fed one of his
silvers will be running like sort of in a straight line, one by one. He'll just like spray them down, and like there's nothing really impressive about that. He's not even aiming at their head; he's aiming at their feet, and he gets the kills.
Or he's partnering with one of his teammates every time and feeds them, and and takes one guy, feeds the next guy, takes them out.
And I mean, these are the kind of things that I'm scared that people upload and they'll think it's great, and you just like you can't put this in because like if you put this into your videos, it waters down your videos, and then. Like the quality isn't that good anymore. I mean, when you make your videos, I say as long as I have, you can understand what is good content and what is actually bad or boring content. I mean, you learn through criticism. Like people will comment on your videos and tell you, "Nah, man, this like wasn't that great, but I liked this part and this part." Then you know, like, okay, I must put more of this in my video.
Yeah. So you spoke about it earlier in terms of criticism and kind of haters and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. How personally do you take that sort of stuff, or do you have to develop a bit of thick skin and go, like you don't know what you're talking about?
At the beginning, I sort of took it with a pinch of salt. Where people told me, no one's really told me my videos were crap. Yeah. But you do get a couple of guys who are like, "No, man, you don't need to do this kind of thing. This is like bad." When I made case opening videos in the beginning, because I made like sort of mix of comedy and case opening videos. Yeah. my case opening videos weren't getting as many views as my comedy videos, and I couldn't understand why. And someone told me, "No, you don't need to do this, dude. We watch your videos for the comedy and stuff." And at first I thought, "No, man, I like opening cases and stuff." But then I realized maybe he's right.
Yeah.
So I decided to not. I looked at it sort of like from my perspective and from his perspective, and I realized I don't actually have to do this to entertain people. And I mean, it's like I'm also like sort of wasting money at the same time promoting gambling. So you sort of look at the benefits and the risks or downfalls of the kinds of videos that you make. So then I decided, no, I'm not going to make any more case opening videos. I'm just going to, at the moment, I'm just going to stick to
your roots.
Just stick to my comedy because that's what people like.
Yeah.
I mean, they're almost averaging 1,000 views now, each, those videos. Whereas the case opening videos are averaging like 200, 300 views. So I thought, no, screw that. I'm not going to make any more of those videos.
Yeah, so, the juice isn't worth the
squeeze. So if you're making videos and you get criticism, you should look at it constructively. Don't just like think this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing.
It's a balance thing though, because I mean, I'm sure
you obviously get some idiots who are like, lol, this video is crap. Like, okay,
I'm sure you've had like with 4,000 subs, you must have like some out and out haters. Like, so just like no matter how funny it is.
No man, like you get some guys like, this music gave me cancer. And like what music? There were like 4 tracks in the like you get stuff like that. Like obviously you can ignore that. So I mean that's not constructive criticism, but you do get genuine guys who tell you like, no, this part of the video wasn't this great for that reason, and you look at it, and if you can agree with him, then you know sort of what to change or what to leave out.
Because that's something I struggle with a lot is like the hater thing. Not that I'm like lining up outside the door to stab me or anything, but like you get 1 or 2 and they make a comment and you're just like, fuck you too. I mean, I always remember one who goes, when I was like on 200 subs, I can see why you only have 200. And it's just like, I looked at his channel, 12 videos, 0 subscribers. It's just like, are you really going to bring a knife to a gunfight?
No,
it's like, what's going on? It's not that I'm huge or anything, but like, you literally need to have 1 sub before you can make a comment about another channel having only 200 subs. Like,
those guys, obviously, you can tell they're like butter because their channel isn't making it, but you now suddenly rising up and they're not. So
you definitely clearly see someone who's actually giving you something constructive.
Care
about your
even if it's not written in the most constructive way, you can go like, I didn't like this part, and that might sound like a troll, but he's going like, cool. It sucks that I have to do the effort to go, okay, why would you not like that part? Find out, because if you get feedback like, I didn't like it. Cool, I didn't like this comment. Like, what changes?
No, I usually just
was the music? Was it the angle? Was it the fact that it was a Dota video in a Dota compilation? Did that piss you off? Like,
No, you'll eventually be able to tell those guys apart, and you'll be able to sort of appreciate what they tell you.
Do you remember any one particularly bad troll? Like, just like some guy who's just so full of salt and acid that he's just
not really,
basically should be studied for science. Like,
not really though. My main problem is like spam bots because of
win these CS:GO keys. Just enter CS:GO.com.
Yeah, because of that one video that I put up. It's got like almost 500,000 subs now. I keep getting like gambling site links and stuff, and links to like follow this link to win like Asimov or like win these bets here.
Yeah, they use it like especially the live streams. Wow.
I've seen on the Arena live stream a couple of times. The spot just appears in.
Jeez,
I mean those are the only guys I sort of have trouble with. Actually, one guy I did have problems with was one guy on that ESEA video who kept talking about our accents and how we aren't actually South African accents.
What?
I bet he's probably not from South Africa.
Yeah.
No, I think it was. You can tell who's not from South Africa because when I first put that video up, I think people actually enjoyed that video more for our accents than the actual comedy of the video. Like the video was funny, but a lot of the comments were like, "Yo, where are you guys from? You guys sound like you're from India. No, you guys sound like you. Like, is this like District 9? Like, fuck, man. Prawns."
Oh, yeah, true. Like, I guess that there's some movies that they've been
from the outside, they're just like, what? Everyone's talking like District 9. No one actually speaks like that. It's like
and like there was one guy on there, and I'm pretty sure he's South African because someone asked like, is this a South African accent? There's one guy who's like, no, that's not the real South African accent. I'm like, okay,
because there's only one. There's only one way to sound South African.
Oh no, he said no, it's colours, not real South African accent.
Yes, okay.
I looked at this and I'm like, okay, so like
old South African flag in his avatar and like
I mean like how South African must I be? Must I be like a fucking springbok with a boerewors roll?
Talk about Bobotie every second sentence.
Yeah, where's the mullet? Sort of.
I mean it's like you drive past Mitchell's Plain, those guys don't exist.
Wow, yeah. Oh,
do you find
we'd all be in trouble then,
yeah, a lot of people say it's like it becomes a little bit more difficult as a YouTuber when you're South African because the way the algorithms work in terms of they promote your videos to local South Africans, but they do kind of hide them from international audiences. Are you finding like your mix in terms of in your analytics are heavily South African viewers,
actually,
or do you find it's pretty balanced?
Mainly my views come from the United States.
Okay.
40% of the viewers I get are actually from the States, which I find quite surprising. I think I get 12% from South Africa.
Okay. And you reckon that's the Reddit factor and the CSGO
That's
Lounge?
Probably the Reddit factor. I think a lot of the viewers like saw the stuff on Reddit. I think I get like 20 or 30% from the European countries.
Okay.
Like, I get a lot from Germany actually, and Russia as well.
That's because you got a very thick German accent.
Not from South Africa.
Yeah. Because it's not South African, as your commentators have said.
Or Indian tech support.
Yeah, the US are definitely a demographic that are interested in our broadcast, whether it be videos like yourself, live streams.
Well, I mean, we do have the benefit,
a large portion comes from the US.
We're a third world country, but we still speak English, and from like at an English first language level. If you know what I mean, like you could say, guys in India speak English. A lot of them, based on my experience in tech support, don't speak first language English. Yeah. And it's definitely, when you're making content, that certainly helps because subtle nuances like the proper use of certain memes and all that, when you actually speak the language, really does help a lot. You know, and you talk about advantages being in the third world is you get that opportunity to, speak in a first world way, but you've got that growth opportunity. Like I wouldn't imagine it's the same you compared us to Brazil earlier. Where Portuguese first language, totally different market. The stuff you're putting out there, you're probably not going to be targeting a European
like
or
American
the rest
of the world.
It's funny enough that Brazil, in terms of their activity online and in the gaming arena, like if there's something weird happened to me a couple months ago, I promoted something on our page. I didn't set the demographic to friends that like the page, or paid people that like the page. Friends. I forgot that, and it took like
CSGO as a tag rather than friends and people who like it.
I think we must have gotten the post went weirdly massive. Like normally you put like 150, $200 in and you get a few thousand because it's South African. But I put like nothing in and it exploded like 20,000 plus interactions. I just went through and it literally was just Brazilian people. It was awkwardly just Brazilian people. There was another page locally as well that went massive a couple of years back, and everyone was like, "What's going on?"
But that's part of why I don't ever promote pages. I do the people who like and their friends, because if you don't, you get situations like that where you go, "Cool, I just gained 1,000 followers in Brazil. Why does that help me at all?" In fact, it doesn't, because now when I post something, it might only go to the Brazilian followers because your posts only go to 6% of your followers.
There's one or two pages locally. I won't bring them up, but they have massive numbers. Like we're talking millions, 50,000 plus. But there's no interaction on the posts they put out
because being followed by non-English people.
There's like 40 or 60% are from like Brazil. It just doesn't work. It's funny, but it's a common trend. Brazilians just liking your Facebook page.
Hungry for content. Shack. They laugh in a different language. I always find when I get Hugh and XA. It's just like, is that Russian? Is that how they laugh in Russia?
I was It's actually pronounced. I never knew it's actually pronounced ha ha ha, but like the X is pronounced as an H. But we always just say ka ka ka.
Hectic.
Just sounds funnier.
Interesting.
And the Russian I've learned from playing Dota. I'll tell you that much. So, plans for the channel going forward? You're just going to keep doing what you're doing now? You got plans to kind of do anything different?
No, well, at the moment it's just CS, so I'm sticking to that. I do want to actually start putting some other content up. I just recently bought Overwatch.
Overwatch, some great potential for content there.
So I'm going to put up I actually wanted to do an update video because I haven't uploaded in a while. So I was going to ask people if they want to see like Overwatch videos. Awesome. I already started recording some moments of me playing, so I'll sort of put that up as a test and see if people like it. And then if it takes off, then I'll probably do Overwatch and get a bit of variety going on the channel. Let's Plays, I'm not really a big fan of Let's Plays. I might do a couple, but I won't do like long series of Let's Plays like what PewDiePie and those guys do.
Like 10 series.
Yeah, 10 like they'll play like The Last of Us, and it's like 10 series. If I do something like that, I'll probably like play the game just start to finish.
And then edit
just
afterwards.
Just have like all my highlights in that.
But don't you find it, you're heavily influenced by what you find as entertaining.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have told me that, with having to review content and stuff I get given is to do unboxings. And I'm like, unboxings are the most boring shit ever.
Yeah.
Why would I want to watch someone else open up stuff that I don't own?
Strange enough, they go big.
Yeah, they do well. And I get if it's brand new. Like it's when guys get press packs before games launch and they're opening up and this game launches in a week and look at all this sort of stuff. Look how much more important time than you and you hate them, but you like them.
People can't really do that stuff themselves. So it's like cool to sort of see what it's like.
Yeah, 100%. I get that. Or when guys do like Hearthstone card pack openings because it's like, it's random. It could be anything. But when a guy's opening like, say it's a monitor that's been out for a year and he finally buys it and it's like, cool, I bought the monitor. Here it is, opening the monitor. Here's the box. There's my cat playing with the box. You're like, the cat part is the best part. Like,
so the only time, the one video we did do, and it was a 1080 unboxing. And that's the thing. Like he says, it's brand new. Not even out in the country yet. Now people find it interesting. Try and do, like you said, something else. Your game that's been out for months. Hey, it's finally got it.
It's like, here's my review of Doom 1. It's not as good as other games that are out now. Because it's 25 years old. Like,
oh god.
So I guess when you gotta find content, you gotta find something, right?
But I mean, you're saying that like the Let's Play thing. You, I presume, don't really watch a lot of Let's Plays.
No, remember with Carl.
Yeah, slamming the desk. It's like, and I'd like to make another point.
Yeah,
like,
Travis, we had Travis from Dota here the other day, and he was like...
Drumming.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. We can edit this part anyway.
We'll put this over there.
But then I presume that, you're saying Let's Play is something you're not that interested in. Do you then, I presume, not watch a lot of Let's Plays?
No, I do. I enjoy watching, it depends on like the game itself. Like what the game and the person playing it.
Yeah.
I was a big PewDiePie fan, like in the beginning, not so much nowadays. I'm more into stuff like, I don't know if you guys watch, do you guys know about Vanos?
Yeah, of course, Vanos.
I watch stuff like Vanos.
It's a lot of first-person shooter type stuff,
Yeah, I watch his things. I watch, Video Game Donkey.
Of course, he doesn't.
I love Donkey stuff.
Donkey's awesome.
Donkey, like those, I watch those kinds of Let's Plays.
Okay.
Like the guys who actually sort of put the more effort into editing and comedy.
My other thing is, don't you find with a lot of guys that you get your multi-gaming Let's Plays, so like a PewDiePie, he'll play pretty much everything that's put in front of him or his fans recommend. Then you get guys who go like Vanos. I mean, he plays a lot of stuff, but it seems to be mostly first-person shooters. So COD, CS:GO, those sort of things, like his main.
Yeah, you get sort of like single player Let's Plays, like your Last of Us or Undertale and stuff like that. And then you get like what we do is sort of competitive Let's Plays, like we're playing a competitive game and putting your highlights or funny moments or cool moments.
Yeah. So your thoughts then, because it's something I'm going through as a YouTuber, and a lot of people are also going through finding a unique identity. So you go like, it's CS:GO compilation videos. It's what I do, and I want to be the best at it. So if you're finding a channel and you're into CS:GO and you like comedy, you like my channel. Or do you go, I'm going to try everything and see what sticks, and okay, cool, people are really into vlogs, so now I do vlogs, and then all of a sudden I do dares where I ate chili or soap or whatever, and people love that. Now that's what I do. But also next week, don't forget, I've got my CS:GO compilation video. And it's I guess the positive is there's lots of different videos and types, but the negative is that, so I subscribe to you because I love your CS:GO videos. It's been like 2 months since you did one. It's just been all this other shit about you eating chili and soap and all that. Like, what's happening?
That's the thing with you, like your channel. I initially was gonna sort of just like throw in like other like game videos, but I saw what happened to other channels who try and do that. Like, you must remember the reason that people sub to your channel. Yeah. Like I made in the beginning, I made Dota videos, and like I think I've lost a lot of the Dota subscribers that I had in the beginning.
Since changing,
and I've just made CS videos. So if you do something like that, it's probably better to let your viewers know you're gonna try something different. Try and give it a chance. Yeah. Don't just like throw them in the deep end. Like that'll be like, I'll be playing CS now. Then the next video, I'm suddenly playing Battlefield 4. Because I've seen other YouTubers do that. And like they have like this awesome subscriber growth, and all of a sudden they change the game and then it just stops.
A good example is actually Donkey. For instance, he was a League of Legends.
He was a League player, and he was getting like great, like his subscribers were growing and everything. And then I think he got banned. He got banned for like bad mouthing. Yeah, he got banned from bad mouthing someone in the game, like permanently on League of Legends. And then he just put up a game like, I'm not playing League of Legends
Yeah,
anymore.
he literally was over
and he
the
got
game.
so much, like, it was a huge backlash because that's
yeah?
why people loved him. And he just decided, no, he's just going to do like let's plays of like random games and like just do general
And he
gaming
sort of
comedy.
rebuilt himself. In that
Yeah,
sense,
no, luckily
Like,
because
really well
he's
done.
actually quite a cool guy and his videos are really funny. So luckily in his case it was fine because like he was still funny. So
his like league videos are getting 3 to 4 million almost like on average. Now he's sitting at like 1.5, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
2
growing
million, but
again.
it's
I'm
still-
sure it'll get
exactly.
back
no,
there.
he's still
Exactly.
Also, you
still
can't
going.
underestimate just how huge League is.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, like
I won't lie, his league videos were
Yeah.
damn funny. Like, they were pretty funny. But I understand his reasoning for leaving was quite
Yeah.
clear.
yeah,
And he
almost
was also
personal.
like-
Like,
And he put up like you say,
He
you
put
know,
up,
let
yeah.
the
You see, he
guys
didn't just like stop playing the game,
Yeah.
not explain anything. He explained, I'm not going to play League anymore. If you want to sub, stay sub. If you don't, well, you
He
can
put a
just
solid video.
so,
out.
so your recommendation, if I'm summarizing it correctly, is that you pick one thing, you go after it, and if you want to try something else, let people know.
Yeah.
Rather than just like trying a million
Yeah.
things and letting people
You've
go,
both-
this is the most schizophrenic channel, I don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. Like,
You've basically built up your channel based on the sort of genre that you do. I mean, you also do like comedy stuff. You're a comedian.
you see, I'm doing multiple games because I feel like I'm trying to build my credentials
Yeah.
in gaming in general.
Yeah.
So, and I like reviewing stuff, and also I play everything.
Yeah.
Dota's been my main game because it's always like, what are you playing at the moment? Dota and Uncharted. Dota and CSGO.
Yeah.
It's always Dota and something. So it's kind of like keep the Dota thing going as like 50% of your channel, and the other 50% is everything else. Like,
As long as you keep the core of your channel the same. Like the reason that people sub to you.
well,
then
yeah,
it's
my
fine.
channel will always be
Yeah.
about gaming,
Yeah.
comedy, and
Yeah,
beard.
there's nothing
Like-
else. So there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't change completely. Don't suddenly change.
Yeah, we do
to-
cooking now.
Yeah, like or like painting with Gareth
news
Ross.
as well.
into
That
the
being
actual-
said, I do have a
Yeah.
cooking video on my channel. I just realized that now.
So yeah, as long as you just stick to what you originally sort of followed for, then you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And you just keep your subscribers in the loop, and I mean they'll love you for it.
So this was the early warning then for your subs, going that you're going to continue with the CS:GO thing, but we can expect Overwatch content. Coming
Yeah,
soon.
that's what I wanted to do now while I was here in Cape Town, but I never got a chance. So I'll
Here we
put it
go.
up.
Distracted by the mountain. That's how it
This
works.
is my official announcement.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
doing
doing
Overwatch.
good stuff, yeah, guys.
Awesome.
Overwatch.
Cool.
Like
Well,
it, like and sub.
thanks very much, Clarence, for being with us on the studio.
Sure.
Glad to finally have you here.
Yeah, finally.
And yeah, I mean, it's an awesome opportunity since you're down in PE for us to kind of grab you while you're here.
Yeah, good to get out of PE for a bit.
True, how was
Yeah.
the wedding, by the way, before you
No, the
bounce?
wedding was
Good,
awesome.
good.
First wedding I've ever been to where they played Shakaron Macaron on the dance floor playlist.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what it is?
No.
Go watch Shakaron Macaron. You won't be
Okay.
disappointed.
Cool.
And you'll see why it was so
Meme-worthy.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome.
First
But
and last.
yeah, thanks very much. If people want to catch you on, so obviously your YouTube channel is Easy Studios, Facebook.
Well, we don't know Facebook.
Okay,
group.
no
I do-
Facebook,
I
but
do
you're
have a
newly on Twitter.
Yeah,
Boom.
join my Twitter, guys.
Cool.
At Oogle. The
Perfect.
CS
Yeah,
God.
we'll
Or
Yeah, we'll-
E-
we'll
Eagle,
drop-
Eagle the CS God.
We'll drop that in the bottom so people
we'll
can
link that.
follow.
Annotates, the cards.
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
whole-
all that shit. Yeah, and otherwise, thanks very much for behind the cameraman, now in front of the cameraman, Robo Hobo.
Got my
Luca.
little week to shine, thanks to you.
Nice.
Thanks for joining us. Obviously,
Glad
I've
to
been
come.
Gareth, the Gareth Woods on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And if you like the video, please obviously do like, please share. And if you've got any comments about obviously anything we talk about, esports, gaming, we've spoken now a little bit about the YouTube thing in terms of gaming. With the next couple of episodes, we're going to try and this is once again warning to our viewers, we're going to try and mix things up a bit in the next couple of weeks. I think we've got some game dev people,
Yes.
some indie game developers, going to talk about that side of things. I know we've spoken quite heavily about esports in the past couple of weeks, but we want to get into
I think
what is it
everything-
like to
everything
make a
gaming in
game
South Africa.
and try and promote it and publish it. Maybe talk to some PR people
Yes.
on how you try and sell games, just to bring you more about this whole gaming industry that we're trying to grow in South Africa. But until next time, guys, stay awesome, and we've been No Show. Cheers.
Here at Arena, we create and render all of our content on beast machines built by Asus, Republic of Gamers. If you're keen to play the newest AAA titles or get into content creation, holler at our friends from Asus South Africa and they'll get you in touch with the right people for the right machine.